Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Georgina. I have very recently just started my YouTube channel around motherhood, vlogs, lifestyle videos, and I really wanted to get this video up for you guys. It's a very stripped back, au naturel video. I'm just sitting on my bedroom floor, no makeup on yet. So I just wanted to tell you guys how I actually conceived my firstborn child. I have two children. One is 2.5 and the other is actually only 8 weeks this week. So there are lots and lots of ways that you can try and conceive. However, I mainly used this one way for my first daughter, and I actually was very lucky enough to conceive in just 2 months. So it only took 2 months using this particular method. Now, before I get to the main way of how I actually try to conceive, I'm gonna just talk about the very basics. Now please take my advice with a pinch of salt, because everybody's different. What worked for me may not necessarily work for you. Okay, so I don't want you to think, you know, that you've maybe been trying for a very long time and that this is the miracle solution, because it still might not be. You know, I'm just telling you what worked for me, and I'm hoping that this way can actually help you guys as well. The very first thing was, me and my husband weren't eating very well, so the very basic thing was that we actually went on a healthy living lifestyle. We actually both stopped drinking alcohol, I think completely. I stopped drinking alcohol completely anyway. I'm not really into alcohol anyway, so it wasn't really a big deal. So that was the main thing. So we were watching what we were eating, we stopped alcohol, we started exercising a little bit more too, and we were sort of looking at what we were putting into our mouth a little bit more, because Mama likes to binge. I do like to sit down most nights and sit down with my chocolates or my little snacks and things like that. But when I knew I wanted to try and have my baby, I was definitely a lot more careful. And I honestly really do think that that all played a part. The next thing, honestly, some of you might roll your eyes at this, being positive, honestly. I never for once said, but what if I don't get pregnant? It just wasn't even a thing that would come into my head. It was, I will get pregnant, okay? Now, maybe that's because I follow the law of attraction. I do feel like I'm quite positive with things like that. So you're not allowing negative thoughts to come into your head. For me, it was, yeah, I am going to get pregnant. I don't know when. It may take a little bit longer than I think it might, but I'm going to get pregnant. That's not even going to be a solution. So I definitely think having a positive mindset really does help. Now, the thing that I used that was the main cause for me getting pregnant was basically testing my basal temperature. Now, I've got my phone because I need to be able to explain it properly. So if you Google basal temperature, and I don't want to go on and on about this because you can very easily Google it yourself, but obviously I'm just telling you this was the main way I used the very first time to get pregnant. So it says detecting ovulation with a basal body temperature chart. Now, what this is it's simply a thermometer. Now, you can get a very precise thermometer. So for example, I'm actually going to test this out for you. So this is a basic thermometer. Right, so sorry, this wasn't my basic thermometer. This was my precise thermometer that I actually bought specifically to check my basal body temperature when I was trying to conceive. So this is 35.88. So as you can see, I hope you can see. Yeah, there you go. It's really precise. Now, this is a normal thermometer. So can you see the difference? This is, it just says 35.9. So that is the difference. So when you're actually trying to test your basal body temperature when you're trying to conceive, this one is a bit more precise. Do you really need it? Probably not. I think an actual normal temperature, a normal thermometer would do the trick, but I just went ahead and bought that one. But all you need for this is a thermometer. Now, what you need, so what this does basically is it tracks when you're ovulating. So what I was doing is every single morning I would pop this in my mouth before you do anything. So before you get out of bed, before you take a sip of water, if that's what you do, before you pick up your phone, you need to pop this in your mouth and track your body temperature. Every single day I was popping it down on my phone, on my notes. When you are tracking it every day, you will see a pattern. So every day, say, you will realize maybe over a first 2-week period, oh, that your body temperature is maybe, say, 36.42, okay? So, and the numbers are near enough around that. Now, you know when you're ovulating, when your body temperature spikes, okay? Now, I'm not saying it's going to spike to 39. It's not that much of a dramatic change, but it does spike. Now, even if you don't want to solely rely on this method to get pregnant, if you are using maybe a ovulating app, which, you know, obviously some women do, if you are using ovulation test kits, this is so much cheaper and a lot more precise. So you can throw away the ovulation kits, and I mean, an app, I personally wouldn't use an app, because you just think, how accurate is an app going to predict when you're actually ovulating? It's just going to take the average, I think, personally. You might think I'm completely wrong, but that's just my opinion. So what this does is it actually knows when you're ovulating, because you're physically testing your own basal temperature, okay? So you know, even if you don't want to use this as its sole purpose, as I said, this will still track when you're ovulating. So what happens is, when you are ovulating, you need to have sexual intercourse at least every other day, okay? Now, the first month, it could happen the first month. It would be absolutely amazing if it does happen the first month. But if it doesn't, the first month still gives you a good indication of how your month is looking, okay? So you might ovulate the 3rd week, okay? You might be ovulating on your 2nd week. Okay, so you know then on your 2nd month, when you do this again, oh, do you know what? I ovulated around that date, so maybe we should have sexual intercourse a day or 2 before that, okay? Because I did read a few blog posts when I was trying to conceive the first time, and they did say, when you know you're ovulating, try and have intercourse a day or 2 before, and then when you are ovulating, have sexual intercourse every other day, okay? So this is the only type of method I used to try and fall pregnant the first time. Again, I was in no mad hurry. I just kept saying it's going to happen when it happens. But I honestly thought, do you know what? I've got nothing to lose. Let me just buy one. Let me just track, so I know that I am ovulating and I know roughly when I am going to ovulate. But I literally, 2nd month, I fell pregnant. And I think I'm going to say that I fell pregnant that quickly because I was tracking it, I knew when my body was ovulating, and I felt like this really helped. Now, I personally don't think a lot of people know about this method, because I've never really heard anyone mention this. So that is why I really wanted to get this up, and hugely because I follow this YouTuber, and I know I'm going a bit off topic, but you guys are my friends and I love talking to you guys. But I follow this YouTuber, and unfortunately she's been trying to conceive for quite a few years, and it just like really hit me, because you think, why are some women so fortunate and can get pregnant, either get pregnant altogether or, you know, get pregnant so quickly, and then yet there's other women that can't conceive altogether, or it takes them such a long time, and it's just so upsetting. So I just want to do my bit. I want to try and help those of you if you have been trying. Some of you might just want to know when you're ovulating. You might just want to track when you're ovulating. This tells you. I don't want to ramble for too much longer. This was the main way of how I tracked it, like I said. But don't forget, I did also use a lot of positivity. I was never ever negative when I was trying to get pregnant. I ate a lot healthier, and I did, you know, I did exercise as well. So I do think those 3 things were the main reasons why I fell pregnant so quickly. And like I said, my firstborn, I fell pregnant on the 2nd month, and then my newborn now, I fell pregnant in the 3rd month of trying. So Both luckily really quick for me. I tell you guys, I wanted to share it with you. I wanted to share this method. As I said, I didn't think a lot of people may know about it. I think it's genius, as I said, altogether, even if it's just simply just tracking when you're ovulating. But obviously when you're ovulating and you know when you are, then it becomes a lot easier to conceive. So yeah, you've got two types of thermometers, the more basic one and then the more precise one. I literally just bought this off Amazon. Actually, I will link it down below as well. So yeah, I really hope this helped. If you did find it helpful, or maybe if you didn't know about this method before, let me know down below, or let me know what kind of method you used just to get pregnant. I would love to know, because we're all in this community together. We're all here to help each other out, and I really feel like women need to stick together and boost each other up, to be honest. So yeah, if you found this video helpful, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. And that is it from me, guys. If you have any other questions about this, please do let me know. But literally, if you just type in testing basal body temperature, trying to get pregnant, or something along those lines, loads of things will come up and you will then know. So that is it from me. I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.